Yo, I need no introduction, everybody. Heard of 50 Cent, they heard of G-Unit. I'm not high tech and I'm not quality. You see me in the club, you better tell the bouncers to treat me special. I'm somebody, cause I get on that jack in 5 minutes flat. Niggas will come back, shoot up your party. If I don't have fun, nobody having none. I'm trying to holler at your command, shawty. Shout out to my nigga Juvie, Wacko, Skip, Buck, my niggas from New Orleans, Baldy. If we on the same page, when you see me on stage, you gon' throw your hands up and you gon' applaud me. You know how I get, I'm still on that bullshit, nigga.
I run around with the tray pound like it's a sport and call my name in the bench while I sit in court. I got $1 million smile and a fist full of pesos, and the wrist so icy could light up a stage show. In the club, nigga, I stay holding, cause I'm on point for them wolves and sheep clothing. I play the ball with a double shot of Henny, cause after this spot, it's cheaters and MG. Shorty, if you feel a nigga, call me.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Look, you ain't got to like me, that's cool. I don't give a fuck, quality time ain't gonna put me in a bigger truck. Fuck kids, it ain't my turn to be stressed. A bitch worst nightmare is a paternity test. I'm too young to be faithful. If money means love, I hate you. I only trick on the 1st of April. Holla at me if you thugged out, shorty, ready to fight, shoot dice, roll the blunt and pull the stub out for me. And if you're not, don't even call me.
It's the mayor. Welcome to Showface News. You can call me what you want. Just don't call me woke. You're not rocking with the town favorite. Showface News. It's Big Gotham. And you already know it's the town versus everybody at all times. But without further ado, gang, all the way from Flushing, Queens, we got the one and only Sue Young. Stop playing. Come on, gang. And that's where you Sue Young. And make sure you hit the like button. Share the video. We got some exclusives, you dig? So Bernie Mac's daughter reacted to Katt Williams' interview and the outrage surrounding the interview. I want y'all to make sure y'all hitting the like button and share the video as we break this down. Salute to the chat as always. Get them likes up. It's the mayor. Let's get into it. Stop playing. Come on, gang. Hold on. What's good with this video? Hold on, gang.
Shit on Bernie. And I know the truth.
So I keep getting lots of context about my thoughts on the Katt Williams interview on Club Shay Shay. The interview heard round the world. And I don't know, my take is probably going to be really, really boring. Number one, I want people to keep in mind, my dad has been dead for 15 years, so I have not been fully immersed in the world of comedy. I don't know the ins and outs of that like that anymore because my end has been gone for 15 years. You know, I've got friends in the game, but we don't sit and talk about, you know, stuff like that. So I don't know Katt Williams. Never met him. That's one person I never did get to meet when my dad was alive. But from everything that I've ever heard my dad, you know, say, he's always seemed like a stand-up dude. So I have no qualms, no quarrels with him. I thought the interview was hilarious, entertaining. That man dropped so many one-liners that I'm sure we are going to be wearing down to the ground in this year of our Lord 2024. But one of my biggest takeaways in watching people's responses was how people were kind of like, oh, that's kind of sad, like outside of being, you know, tickled by it. And I've seen people say stuff like, it's like watching, you know, your uncles go at it and you're like, oh, why can't we all just get along? Well, I mean, because everybody doesn't get along. Like, I think that's one of the misconceptions about comedians, and I guess it's due to the fact that what they do brings so much joy to others, that the perception, the expectation is that behind closed doors everybody gets along, everybody just, it's just love. And no, it's not. They've always been competitive. Like it's always been, as far as I've ever witnessed in watching my dad, it's always been kind of cutthroat. Like you'll have, you know, people beefing, like same as within your family. Just because y'all related don't mean y'all all get along, right? Comedy's no different. But for me, Katt Williams has my utmost appreciation and respect for giving my dad his props and his flowers. And I felt like it was genuine. There are some people who have given, my dad his flowers now that he's dead, that I'm looking at like, doggone well, he wasn't doing that when he was alive. And that, not just famous people, just people.
Oh, she talking about some people. We know who you talking about. We know who you talking about. Oh yeah, we know exactly who you getting at when you said that. She said there's some people who only gave my dad his props when he passed away, and we ain't gonna talk about who that is. We know exactly who that is. We know exactly who been hating on Bernie Mac for all these years, who never tried to give Bernie any type of anything, who always tried to make sure they got ahead of Bernie. We know exactly who that is. And right now, that man is suffering in the worst way possible. And we know exactly who that is. None other than Steve Harvey. Well, that's just one individual. We can talk about other people, but that person is Steve Harvey, gang. Y'all hit the like button and share the video. Let's keep it going. My fault.
All across the board. As my dad used to say, you ever want to be loved by everybody? You ever want to be special? Just die. It's real easy to give lip service when somebody dies and they were so wonderful. And that's not how you felt when they were alive. But when Katt spoke of my dad, for me, I felt his heart. I felt that it was genuine, and I appreciate it. Again, it's been 15 years since my dad's been dead. If you follow me at all, I've said this repeatedly, like, it does my heart good to know that my dad was a stand-up guy, that the man that I knew him to be was who he actually was to people, because that's the thing, like, we can love people and think they one way and then find out later no. And I say, like, in 15 years, if he was an asshole, somebody by now would have been like, let me tell you about that mother. So that is not the case with my dad. Makes me so proud, and I just really appreciate what I believe the genuine love and respect that Katt Williams showed my father. It is so much appreciated. Much love and mad props to Katt Williams. I would love to sit down and just have a conversation with Katt Williams, because I think that would probably be the most entertaining and gem-dropping conversation I probably would have in my life outside of conversations with my dad. So yeah, so that's my take. Like I said, probably boring, but that's what I thought. Again, much love and respect to Katt Williams.
So yeah, guys, that's what Bernie Mac's daughter had to say about the situation. You dig? Now, let's be honest, man. Katt Williams might have had the biggest interview we've seen in a long time. I ain't gonna lie. He might have had the biggest interview in a long time, because it's not every day that some interview something crazy and everybody responds. Not even Kanye West did that. Kanye West name dropped so many people in his last couple interviews, especially when he got canceled by the community. He didn't really get a response from nobody except the people that was endorsing him and helping him make money. Outside of that, you didn't really see too many celebrities who he was talking about respond to him. But all of a sudden, Katt Williams gets a bunch of celebrities to respond to him and what he's saying. You dig what I'm saying? So that's crazy. That's insane. The fact that he could get a bunch of people emotional. I mean, you got rappers dropping freestyles. You got people doing all types of things in response to what Katt Williams is saying. Now he may not said everything that's factual, because let's be real, he didn't say every single detail that was true. Everything he said wasn't true, but for the most part, he got his point across and it made sense, and receipts were shown to prove his facts. You dig? So for the most part, he did tell the truth. So right now, he run the internet, literally. In 2024, Katt Williams is running the internet. Now, the question is, will he be going on tour with the momentum that he's built? You dig what I'm saying? Will he be going on tour with that? But right now, it looks like, you know what I'm saying, Katt Williams is taking over, for the meantime. Anything can change. That's just how the internet works. That's just how the world works. Not even just the internet, because if we're going to be real, the whole world was going to react, going to respond. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, Katt Williams has left a big mark right now. I mean, yesterday, y'all seen Ricky Smiley posting the video crying. I still don't know what that video was about. I feel like it was done to, redirect the attention elsewhere, or to make people feel bad and feel sympathy for Ricky Smiley. That's just my opinion on the matter. You know what I'm saying? Some people say, he's still grieving about his son passing away. Nobody knows why he's crying. Let's be real. Nobody knows why the man is crying. You could assume, but you don't personally know. So in that case, it's just a narrative. You know what I'm saying? In that case, it's just a narrative. You know, so we don't know what's going on with Ricky Smiley. I don't know what's going on with Ricky Smiley. One can assume, right? But Bernie Mac's daughter says that there's people that she's not gonna even mention that only gave Bernie Mac his flowers when he passed away, and we know who those individuals are. You dig? The crazy thing about the Kings of Comedy is there was only one person on it that was funny, and that was Bernie Mac. To be honest, anytime I watch the Kings of Comedy, the only person I watched really was Bernie Mac. Everybody else wasn't really in. Everybody else's stand-up ain't hold no weight compared to Bernie Mac was doing. You dig? But there also is a video that's going around where Bernie Mac says you should never reveal your jokes to other comedians because they're definitely gonna steal it. You dig what I'm saying? Now, I don't know Bernie Mac to be stealing anyone's jokes. Personally, I don't know. You know, but Bernie Mac is one of the funniest comedians of all time, period. And a lot of people's top 3, right next to Pryor, if not better than Richard Pryor. It depends on who it is, you know. Some people think he better than Richard Pryor. Some people think he right next to Richard Pryor. You know what I'm saying? Depends on who you are. But yeah, Bernie Mac, one of the GOATs for sure, man. Let's get to these comments, gang. RZA Mahmood says DL was funny too, but he effing with Bernie. DL, I don't find DL Hughley funny at all. I honestly never laughed at nothing DL Hughley ever did ever in my life. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. I don't think DL Hughley is funny at all, bro. I've never laughed at one DL Hughley joke. I probably laughed at Steve Harvey more than I laughed at DL Hughley. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even think Steve Harvey's that funny. But DL Hughley is like mid to me. Like, I've never laughed at one DL Hughley joke in my life, bro. Nothing DL. I've not laughed at nothing DL did, to be honest, man. Illumi Negro says Bernie Mac is the GOAT. I believe so, champ. He might just be that. You know what I'm saying? Except says Berlin was the funniest. Oh, you mean Bernie? Bernie was for DL was all right. DL is terrible, bro. I can't do DL Hughley. Never been funny to me. I've never laughed at nothing DL Hughley did ever in my entire life. I kid you not, bro. Nothing. Nothing DL Hughley did was funny to me. I kid you not, man. Calvin says Shannon Sharp did a great job. He let Katt talk. He didn't interrupt him. He just listened to it. It was great. Yeah, shout out to Shannon Sharp for being a good interviewer, because other platforms would have definitely disrupted him. For example, if you put Katt Williams on Drink Champs, we might not have had a great interview. You feel what I'm saying? Think about it. Like, other platforms might have not let Katt get the airtime that he did. So we gotta give a special salute to Shannon Sharp for letting the man speak his piece without the disruptions, letting him go all out. We gotta put a big respect on, you know what I'm saying, your boy Shannon Sharp. You dig? Antar Lindsay says Bernie is only funny cat out of those bums. Bernie's facial expression alone was funnier than all those clowns. Yeah, Bernie, see, the thing about Bernie Mac is he could give you the body language times the joke. So he could give you the visual. You know what I'm saying? He make the joke more funny because he could give you the visual and everything. He gonna act it out. He just good overall. Like, overall, Bernie's amazing. You know what I'm saying? He gonna make you feel the joke. You dig? He gonna make you feel the joke, and he plays the character as well. Like, that's amazing stand-up right there, man. Phenomenal stand-up. Persona, everything. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's crazy. Yeah, we getting all these responses. I mean, damn, we getting a response from everybody. You know what I'm saying? We getting a response from everybody. Stop the Violence says Sinbad is the GOAT. Well, Sinbad is funny. You know what I'm saying? Sinbad is funny. He is. I can't lie. I can't say he the GOAT, but Sinbad is definitely funny. You know, definitely hilarious. You know what I'm saying? RZA Mahmood says Eddie, Katt, and Dave Chappelle is in my top 3. Okay. Eddie Murphy's hilarious. Eddie Murphy's very underrated in my opinion. I think because of the age gap, and because you got to remember, comedy isn't as popular as it was. Like stand-up comedy is nowhere near as crazy as it was back in the day. So you don't have a lot of comics right now that's getting a lot of traction because of social media. You got Instagram and things like that, where you got people doing a lot of skits and things like that. So the comedy and stand-up circuit ain't as crazy as it was. I mean, it's still alive. Don't get it twisted, but it hasn't garnered the popularity that it used to have. Remember how many specials they used to have back in the day? They used to have HBO specials. They used to have specials. A lot of them. You have Netflix specials, but when it comes to Netflix, these are for major comedians. These ain't for like every comedian, you know. Back in the day, they had specials for everybody. You know, it's not the same no more, especially due to cable television going out of style as well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's crazy, man. Calvin says Showface is Katt. Right about Kevin Hart. Is he an industry plant? To me, he is, because Kevin Hart ain't that funny, man. Kevin Hart is really not funny. Kevin Hart, he's funny for quote unquote white folks. But Kevin Hart ain't really that funny, man. Kevin Hart was kind of forced on people, you know. Kevin Hart really ain't that funny, to be honest. His first like real deal stand-ups, they were cool, but it wasn't crazy. Again, sometimes when you feed people and you force people to, you know, like something, eventually in their head, you know, you can hypnotize them to make it think that it's really that funny when it's really not. You know what I'm saying? He said Carlos Miller's no joke. He's super underrated. I heard about Carlos Miller a lot. There's a lot of underrated comedians for sure, man. Antar Lindsay says Sinbad and Tracy Morgan and Tommy Davidson. November 10th, same birthday, random. I didn't know all those people had the same birthday. I know all the people had the same birthday. Kevin ain't funny. Yeah, Kevin Hart really ain't funny to me, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I never found Kevin Hart to be that crazy. You know what I'm saying? Never found Kevin Hart to be nothing crazy, man. You know, Kevin Hart is too silly to be top notch. Yeah, I mean, like I said, man. Anger Management TV says Def Jam comedy at the Apollo. Bernie bought the house down when he said, "I'm not scared of you mofos, kick it." Yeah, that's hilarious. And yeah, Bernie Mac been crazy from the very beginning, man. Bernie been fired from the very beginning. Watching that Def Comedy Jam performance he did back in the early 90s, yeah, he was killing it, bro. He was killing it. He been killing it, you know. So salute to Bernie Mac and his work. But yeah, man, I mean, Kevin definitely opened some eyes, opened some doors. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Hart definitely opened some eyes what he did in the interview, because I don't even think the comedy world even gets talked about enough. You know what I'm saying? So to see that was definitely a necessary. I ain't gonna hold you. Etc. says Mark Curry was also underrated. And then RZA says, yeah, Tommy Davidson is underrated. Yeah, Tommy Davidson is hilarious. Charlie Gnarly says, it's crazy they never talk about Jamie and Eddie Griffin shaking my head. Eddie Griffin is amazing too. So Eddie Griffin and Katt Williams is kind of like similar personalities based on the fact that they know a lot. Eddie Griffin talks, you know, that educational stuff. He talks real deal stuff. He talks conscious things. You know what I'm saying? So Eddie Griffin need an interview too. Eddie Griffin very underrated. Jamie Foxx is also hilarious. I don't recall seeing any Jamie Foxx stand-ups, but Jamie Foxx is definitely a funny person. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, Eddie Griffin, very hilarious. Eddie Griffin is definitely underrated, but he don't get talked about enough for some reason. But Eddie Griffin is definitely up there. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? He said, what about Mike Epps? Mike Epps is hilarious too. Mike Epps, I feel, don't get enough credit. Mike Epps is very funny, actually. Mike Epps is very hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. You know, Mike Epps don't get enough credit, but he don't really do a lot nowadays. Back in like the early 2010s, he did a lot more things. That was actually hilarious. You know what I'm saying? He did a lot more things. But yeah, Eddie Griffin is known to speak facts. Like him and Cat Williams have that similarity where they're known for speaking facts. They more so on the conscious side. Now, a lot of people might say it's Dave Chappelle, but I disagree. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna give y'all my take on Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle's recent stand-ups to me ain't nothing like Dave Chappelle way back when. That's just my. I think Dave Chappelle way back when is way funnier than Dave Chappelle now. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all think Dave Chappelle was way funnier back then than he is now? Because to me, Dave Chappelle now, it don't hit for me, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Dave Chappelle right now don't hit for me. All these Netflix specials, it ain't doing it just for me personally. Maybe y'all feel different, but am I bugging or do y'all feel the same way that I feel? Calvin says, Showface, the realest comedians might be Katt and Corey Holcomb. Mike Epps. I don't know about Corey Holcomb. I don't know about Corey Holcomb. I'm not going to hold you. I don't know about Corey Holcomb. Salute to you. I don't know about Corey Holcomb, though. RZA says, Jamie lost me after he said he wanted to smash Prince in his routine. Oh, champ. I never knew about that. That's weird. That's weird. I ain't gonna lie. That's weird. Trey was popping. Edward Townsend Jr. says Steve Harvey need to come back on his comments. He says he hate hip hop and everyone who listens to it and the artists, but he hosted Def Comedy Jam. How's that? I don't know. He's probably here's the thing about Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey's probably mad because Steve Harvey is literally, I don't want to say it, but the C word that rhymes with buck is what every meaning of Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is catering to women on another level of disgustingness. You know what I'm saying? When I say catering to women, I mean, you got to think about it. This guy made the book Think Like a Man for Women. You can't trust him at this point. Of course he hates hip-hop culture because hip-hop culture would never, ever try and advocate for a book called Think Like a Man for Women, because who in the world will make a book called Think Like a Man for Women? Women are women and men are men. Nobody's gonna create a book called Think Like a Woman for Men. Like, no, we would never, no one would ever do that. You dig what I'm saying? So because of the type of person that Steve Harvey is, it makes sense why he hates hip-hop. Steve Harvey would be the type of person to save a stripper, not throw money at her. He would try to save a stripper and try to show her another route. But she's a stripper already. She don't want to be saved. Steve Harvey is Captain Save-A-Bop. So, of course, Steve Harvey hates hip-hop culture because in hip-hop culture, we don't save any of these broads. Okay? Let's be honest. Of course, Steve Harvey would hate hip-hop. It makes sense. He's not a hip-hop person. Look how he dresses. Look at the type of person that Steve Harvey is. Steve Harvey is not fit for the hip-hop community, so it only makes sense. Also, Steve Harvey's in his 60s. I don't expect him to like hip-hop. Not that that would change anything, because there's obviously people in their 60s who love hip-hop, but it's Steve Harvey we talking about, right? Prince Mahmoud says, Patrice O'Neal was hilarious too. R.I.P. Salute to Patrice O'Neal as well, man. Salute to Patrice O'Neal. But yeah, Steve Harvey is a super duper simp and a huge hater. Always hating on Bernie Mac. Steve Harvey always hated on Bernie Mac, man. Was trying to get him blackballed from films and all that. Like, if it's supposed to be your brother, you trying to make sure he don't prosper is crazy. But there's a lot of hate that goes into superstardom, man. You can't be great without having haters. Let's just be honest. As much as we don't want to admit it, being great comes with hate. And the people who are going to hate you the most are going to be the people that's closest to you. Sometimes you think you're great, yet your enemies is going to be outsiders, but the whole time your biggest enemy are the people that's within your circle. Period. We've seen it time and time again. You cannot be great without hate. Period. Hate comes with greatness. They got rid of Julius Caesar for a reason. You feel me? I mean, you can't be amazing. You can't be phenomenal without hate coming to it. You know what I'm saying? Look at LeBron James, man. LeBron James, third best player in NBA history. To some people, the second best player in NBA history. But damn near everyone hates LeBron. Nobody's gonna really appreciate LeBron until LeBron James retires. How many people hated MJ? How many people hated Kobe? Nobody's gonna respect or appreciate you until you're gone. Because when LeBron James retired, which ain't far, because LeBron probably got 2 seasons left in him, maybe 1 season left after this. And then it's curtains, bro. You ain't never gonna get another LeBron James. And I'm just saying that as an example, because again, the greater you are, the more hate you're gonna receive. That's just how it goes. You gotta have alligator skin or you can't live. You know what I'm saying? The people are gonna try to take you down at all costs, because that's just how life works, man. That's life for you. I Am History says Dave Chappelle is on some truth-telling, exposing different agendas more than jokes telling. He told jokes to create the platform. To me, when it comes to Dave Chappelle, it seems like Dave Chappelle is more so about exposing things versus actually being funny. And that's just me. I don't really see anything funny with the new Dave Chappelle, personally. And that's how I view it. Old Dave Chappelle, to me, was more so, on jokes. It was more jokes with Dave Chappelle. It was more funny with Dave Chappelle. Now it's more serious topics with Dave Chappelle. Some people find it funny, I guess, but to me, it ain't comedy for me. You know what I'm saying? It's more so education. You know what I mean? Beta Male Police salute. I haven't seen you in a long time, champ. Where you been? You dig? But yeah, Bernie Mac's daughter reacts to Katt Williams new interview with Shannon Sharp, and she's all the way on Katt Williams' side. She also says that she wants to actually talk to Katt Williams one-on-one to get some jewels, and that he represented Bernie Mac in a great light. She appreciates the way that Katt Williams represented Bernie Mac. So that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Bernie Mac's daughter. But yeah, man, it's crazy how all of the hate he's getting for his interview. Because it makes sense though, because Katt Williams did get blackballed for a period. And the narrative on Katt Williams is that Katt Williams was a drug user. These things have yet to be proven, okay? Have yet to be proven. You know what I mean? Beta Male Police says, I'm trying to keep up, champ. You out here killing it. Salute, gang. You already know the vibes. You already know. Calvin Dickinson says, Showface is Bill Cosby in your top 5. Absolutely not. I've never found Bill Cosby. So here's the thing, right? Bill Cosby is actually funny. I'm not going to sit up here and act like Bill Cosby is not funny. But he ain't in my top 5, though. And it's not because of his allegations, neither. He just ain't in my top 5. But Bill Cosby is definitely funny, though. I ain't going to sit up here and act like he's not. Bill Cosby's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Bill Cosby is funny, though. He's funny. Regardless of his allegations and what he's done. The man is hilarious. Y'all seen the videos of him, before he got locked up and all that, how he was doing all the interviews. Bill Cosby is definitely hilarious. I'm not going to sit up here and act like he ain't. I Am History says, Bill Cosby is my relative. Oh, that's crazy, champ. I didn't know that. Trey says, who is in your top 5? Well, I'm going to tell you this. So, Richard Pryor is in it. Bernie Mac is in it. Eddie Murphy is in it. So Eddie Murphy, Bill Cosby, and Bernie Mac is definitely in my top 3. If I had to add 2 more to the list, that's gonna be a hard thing. If I had to add 2 more to my list, it's gonna be hard. But I definitely have Richard Pryor, Bernie Mac, and Eddie Murphy easily in my top 3. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that they have given some real crazy stand-up performances that can't be matched. You dig what I'm saying? I think they done gave people performances that can't be matched. And that's just my opinion. Elton asks, I can't even say your last name, gang, but I'm going to just say Elton. He said Charleston White. Charleston White. Charleston White not a comedian, bro. Y'all relax, man. Y'all relax. Bill Cosby is a GOAT of his time, no cap. He probably is. He old as dust, but To say he not funny would be crazy. Rizza Mahmood says, what about Martin is better at doing movies and shows than stand-up, in my opinion. I never found Martin's stand-ups to really be that funny. They cool and all, but Martin as a stand-up comedian, never really found him that funny. That's just my opinion. Some of y'all might feel different. Some of y'all might say, Showface, you bugging. Showface, you wilding. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, in my opinion, you know, Martin ain't crazy funny to me as a stand-up comedian. You dig? Bettyman Police says Eddie Murphy and Bernie Mac in my top 3 as well. Yeah, Eddie Murphy gotta be up there. Bernie Mac's amazing. Eddie Murphy is amazing. And Richard Pryor is definitely amazing. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Showface says Paul Mooney definitely in my top 5. Paul Mooney wrote a lot of Richard Pryor's jokes, so you got to put Paul Mooney up there based on the fact that he is responsible for a lot of genius work. So Paul Mooney is definitely up there. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Paul Mooney. George Carlin. I know that name. I'm not too familiar with the work, but I know that name. Red Fox is hilarious. I forgot all about Red Fox. I might have to put Red Fox in my top 5. I might have to put Red Fox is hilarious. Red Fox is funny. I definitely rock with Red Fox. R.I.P. Red Fox. Definitely rock with Red Fox. Heavy. You know what I'm saying? Night Striker says Cosby put Quaaludes in the pudding. You crazy, gang. You crazy. Excedra says Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Eddie Griffin, and Katt Williams. I think Katt Williams is funny. I got Katt Williams in my top 10, not top 5. Katt Williams is in my top 10. I don't got Katt Williams in my top 5, but top 10 for sure. Not top 5 though. Katt Williams top 10. I don't got Katt Williams in my top 5. No. Top 5 though. Red Fox might be in my top 5. Red Fox is hilarious. Red Fox is one of the GOATs in my opinion too. You know what I'm saying? Red Fox is classic. You know what I mean? Red Fox is way too classic. He might have to be in my top 5. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold you. Eddie Griffin in my top 10. Boosted Yeti says D-Ray, Ali Sadiq, Eddie Griffin, Mike Epps, Katt Williams. Okay. Okay, that's cool. I ain't mad at it. Rizzo Mahmood says old white man George Carlin, definitely a beast. He was political comedy, old white man. I gotta watch more George Carlin. I know George Carlin's name. I just never really watched George Carlin. You know what I'm saying? And Jerry Seinfeld need to get some respect though. Jerry Seinfeld needs to get some respect. Seinfeld is one of the. You know, Seinfeld is like the Michael Jordan of the white folk. You know that, right? Your boy Jerry Seinfeld is like white Michael Jordan. You know that, right? You gotta put some respect on your boy Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld, one of the ones. You feel me? I gotta keep it a bean. Like Jerry Seinfeld, one of the ones for real. You dig? I ain't gonna lie. I'm going to have to talk about your boy Jerry Seinfeld, bro. He like Luka. He like the Luka Doncic or the comedy joint. Beta Male Police says Robin Harris was a beast at roasting on stage in the movie scene. Can't forget about DC Curry. He said Bill Burr is the LeBron. Low key, you right. You're right. Bill Burr is the LeBron, but Jerry Seinfeld is Michael Jordan. For real. You dig? Adam Sandler? He alright. He cool. He cool. I can't really say much about Adam Sandler though. But yeah, Red Fox is up there for sure. I might have to put number 4. I'm gonna have to put Red Fox. Sanford and Son is a super duper classic. You know what I'm saying? Sanford and Son is a super duper classic. You can't deny these facts. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Oh man, It's crazy. He said, "Chill." Jim Carrey was wilding. Jim Carrey's up there. He still ain't Jerry Seinfeld though. I'm keeping it G. Favorite female comedian? I'm gonna be real. It might be Monique. Monique might be up there for me. Wanda Sykes is official though. Wanda Sykes is good. Might have to put Monique in that category. You know what I'm saying? Might have to put Monique up in that female category. I ain't gonna lie. We gotta chill with the J word, by the way. But I know what you're saying, gang. I know exactly what you're saying. Calvin Dickinson says Showface, George Carlin, Andrew Dice, Claude, legendary. I don't know who the next dude is after that. You know what I'm saying? I got Jess Hilarious. Jess Hilarious is funny. I rocks with Jess Hilarious. She's funny. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to female comedians, it's tough. I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of tough. You know? This nigga said Joan Rivers is the GOAT. You might get blocked. I ain't gonna hold you, gang. Joan Rivers? It's a no for me. Salute to you though, gang. Salute. Joan Rivers? I don't know, champ. Salute to your top five or whoever you got as the GOAT. But Joan Rivers, gang? I don't know. What y'all thinking about that? Cheryl Underwood. Salute to Cheryl Underwood too. Rose said Joan Rivers. Where you call that? You alright over there, girl? You straight? I don't know about Joan Rivers though. I don't know, gang. I'm gonna let you do what you will with that. You know what I mean? Trust me, Katt and all of them will give Joan her flowers. Hey, look. I'm not saying she's trash. Don't get it twisted though. I'm not saying Joan Rivers is garbage at all. Cause I seen her on the Comedy Central roast and all that. She's definitely not trash. But a GOAT? We talking about a GOAT though. I don't know about a GOAT. You know what I'm saying? I never said Joan Rivers was garbage. I never said Joan Rivers was garbage, but I'm saying though, as a GOAT, it's kind of a crazy thing to say. You know what I mean? And that's not to say Joan Rivers wasn't like that, but still. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Bill Hicks was great. I'm just saying that Joan Rivers wasn't like GOAT material. I can't say GOAT material was Joan Rivers. She's good at what she does. You know what I mean? Virginia Ramirez says, what about Bruce? I just seen he coming to Sacramento. Bruce is cool. Those one of the comic. So a lot of comic view people is lit like that. Also, we got to give credit to Tyler Craig. I don't know if y'all remember Tyler Craig from Comic View. Tyler Craig is one of them ones too. R.I.P. Tyler Craig. The crazy thing about Tyler Craig is I didn't even know he died till last year, which is crazy. And he died a couple years ago. You got to give Tyler Craig his flowers though. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of Comic View people who was definitely fired. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of Comic View people who was definitely fired from Comic View. You know what I'm saying? We got to give kudos to the people of Comic View who put on, who was really lit like that. You know what I mean? Lavelle Crawford is hilarious. Salute to Lavelle Crawford, who also responded to the Katt Williams interview as well. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Joan Rivers is funny. She's just not the GOAT. Because when dude said Joan Rivers was the GOAT, I'm like, how is Joan Rivers the GOAT? She's definitely funny. I'm not knocking nothing that Joan Rivers did at all. You know what I'm saying? At all. Everybody says John Leguizamo, if I'm spelling his name right. I hear his name a lot. Yeah, absolutely not a GOAT. We definitely agree that this is not GOAT talk for sure. You know what I'm saying? He said Earthquake is funny. Yeah, Tyler Craig was lit. I ain't gonna lie. Tyler Craig was funny. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a lot of comedians that people done forgot about. This is crazy. Like I said, the comedic circuit, the comedy circuit is nothing that it used to personally be. You know what I'm saying? The comedy circuit ain't as crazy as it was. Nowadays, you just get a lot of major comedians that get Netflix specials a lot. You know what I'm saying? You get a lot of people who get these Netflix specials, but the people who get Netflix specials are actually major names. You know what I'm saying? So the comedy circuit ain't nowhere near what it used to be. It used to have a lot of popularity way back when, not the same now. You know what I'm saying? Another person that I feel is super duper overrated. Y'all ready for it? Y'all ready for this overrated comment? Chris Rock overrated, champ. Chris Rock overrated. He probably had like one or two good stand-ups, but Chris Rock is not that funny, champ. I'ma keep it a bean. I'ma keep it a bean with you. Chris Rock is not that funny. You know what I'm saying? Chris Rock not that funny. What female comic is better than Joan was though? Monique. You know what I mean? Made Meal Police says, I didn't know how toxic the comedy scene was behind the curtains. Oh, it's super toxic, bro. Katt Williams really just exposed the hand, because I guess a lot of people don't hear about how toxic the comedy circuit actually is. Tiffany Haddish is terrible. Tiffany Haddish might be the worst female comedian of all time. And this is coming from me. Tiffany Haddish might be the worst female comedian of all time. Do you understand? Tiffany Haddish is terrible. Do we all agree? Tiffany Haddish is terrible. Do we all agree? Please. Country Wayne stand-up is trash. Some skits. Country Wayne is definitely good at skits. I've never seen his stand-up. Never seen his stand-up, but Country Wayne skits is very funny. And Chris Rock, Chris Rock ain't that good. Wanda Sykes is fired. Salute. I don't see the link, by the way. I don't know where the link is at because I don't see it in my chat. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think you're allowed to post links in the chat anymore like they used to have. Stocky B24 says funny is different for each individual. You know what, champ? You make a very good point. Funny is different for every individual, but if you're funny to the majority of people, you're definitely funny. You know what I'm saying? Night Tracker says, have you ever seen a midget do stand-up? They're pretty funny. No, champ, I haven't. Night Tracker says, have you ever seen a midget do stand-up? I don't think I have. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think so. Human, you still talking about Joan Rivers, man? Joan Rivers is funnier than 80% of people we've mentioned today. No, she's not. Salute to you, though. He's still on Joan Rivers, man. Hey, yo, we passed Joan Rivers. Salute to Joan Rivers, man. But yeah, Tiffany Haddish is awful, respectfully. Tiffany Haddish is awful. Yes, I'm glad we all agree. Trash. Most overrated comedian is Tiffany Haddish. How about that? Tiffany Haddish and Chris Rock is the most overrated comedians of all time. Tiffany Haddish is terrible. Yo, bro, I've seen Joan Rivers, bro. I've seen Joan Rivers multiple times. I've seen on the Comedy Central roast too. Comedy roast is also very underrated. I done seen Joan Rivers multiple times, bro. Bro, I done seen Joan Rivers multiple times, dog. But Tiffany Haddish is terrible. Tiffany Haddish, most overrated comedian of all. Tiffany Haddish is terrible. She shouldn't be doing any stand-ups. I think Tiffany Haddish is the worst comedian we've ever witnessed in this century. How about that, gang? Do we all agree? Do we all agree to that? We gonna have to all agree that Tiffany Haddish is the worst comedian of all time. If there's an all-time trash list, she's number one. You dig? Boosie Eddie said, just hilarious is not funny. Just hilarious is cool, man. She's cool. She might not be. So with Just Hilarious, she might not be as funny as she used to be, is what I'm going to say. Just Hilarious might not be as funny as she used to be, is what I will say. You feel me? Antar Lindsay says Tiffany Haddish is bro. Tiffany Haddish is terrible, bro. Awful. Terrible. Human Nature is still talking about Joan Rivers, man. As the GOAT. Salute to Human Nature, man. Salute to you for having a song made by Michael Jackson as your name, gang. Night Tracker says you don't have to be funny when you got a body and Kevin Hart as your handler. Good point. And Kevin Hart sucks too, by the way. Kevin Hart is another one that's old. Kevin Hart might be the most overrated of all time. I take it back. Kevin Hart might be the most overrated, but the worst person is Tiffany Haddish. The worst person is Tiffany Haddish by far. Showface, you see Katt Williams roast Steve Harvey on that New Year's stand-up, deep fried his hairline. Yeah, Steve Harvey is cool, but Steve Harvey is a hater, man. Lucy Yeti says they gotta be able to make me laugh without talking about the obvious. Yeah, Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart are both trash. By the way, Kevin Hart is not funny. You know what I mean? He says Steve Harvey is very done in the red pill and comedy community. Kevin Hart is the shortest and most boring comic in history. Kevin Hart is terrible, bro. Kevin Hart is not good. I'm going to say that, right? Kevin Hart is just not good. But gang, I want y'all to know something very important. You want to know something very important? It's the mayor, the one and only real New York Mayor F. Eric Adams. You rocking with the town favorite Showface. Those is big Gotham. And you already know it's the town versus everybody the whole time. Like the video, share the video. If you missed the live, let me know what you think in the comment section. How do y'all feel about this? But y'all hit the like, man, and share the video if you join it. We're going to have a lot more content to come. Stay tuned for more. If you're new to the channel, you got to subscribe now. But hit that like and share the video, gang. And, of course, we have our most public service announcement, and that's to make sure you stop playing. So, respectfully, we beg y'all to stop playing. We got a lot more content to come, though. Salute to the chat. Let's get it. Stop playing.
Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.